All right. So we have the lineup for the EVO Vegas, Las Vegas 2026 list of games that are going to be played competitively next year. There's uh, there's a glaring omission here. There is no Mortal Kombat game. There is no Mortal Kombat 1. There is no legacy games at all. Now, I don't know 100% how EVO works. I don't know if they have some like side exhibition type competitions that people do. Um, but like, it's very telling, right? That, that this lineup that you can see, including, interestingly enough, including a game that has not yet been released. I was just no two actually, two XKO and Invincible versus. I mean, we can access. I still think we can access the beta for 2XKO, but those two games I don't think have officially, or definitely Invincible, officially been released yet, right? So I have no Mortal Kombat, right? And I just wanted to share this quote by Mike. He says Mortal Kombat being the biggest franchise in the fighting game space, but not being present at the biggest fighting game tournament, just goes to show you how badly NRS and Warner Brothers dropped the ball. This is embarrassing. We hope and pray you don't fumble again. And of course, to see the full lineup is Street Fighter 6, obviously Tekken 8, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Under Night Invert 2, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, yeah. Rivals of Aether 2, 2XKO, Guilty Gear Strive, Virtual Fighter 5 Revo World Stage. It was a 13-year-old game, something crazy like that, is actually going to be present. So people go, but they couldn't have Legacy because of their old games. It might have got a lick of paint, right, and some extra bits, but it is still, in theory, an old game, right? Blaze Blue Central Fiction. Jesus, man. Vampire Savior, the Lord of Vampires, and Invincible versus. I mean, like, the fact that even something like Fatal Fury, which didn't set, like, now, let's to be fair here, Fatal Fury is an amazing game. It's an amazing fighting game. Top to toe, an amazing product, right? May not be everyone's cup of tea, but obviously it's enough cup of teas and crumpets and scones out there that people are willing to go and play this, right? Nobody gives a shit about Mortal Kombat 1. Nobody, right? And just as a personal thing that I love here, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising is just, I left a comment under Mike's post here. What did I say? Where was it? It was somewhere under here. I said something like, yeah, Grand Blue just going from strength to strength. Right? So this is, like, again, personally, I hope we get another season for Grand Blue. I know there's another character coming out, but I don't know if that character is tied to a new season, like character pass or not. I think it's Ilsa, I think her name is. But like, and again, I'm not an expert. Like I in general, I love fighting games. Like, they're a lot of fun. I played a little bit of Virtual Fighter 5, Revo, and then of course the World Stage update, and it is absolutely phenomenal. It runs great. It looks great. Cross-platform play runs really well. Don't have any issues finding matches, that sort of thing. It's just an overall wonderful game. Tekken 8, obviously, I played over the years, not as much, not like Street Fighter 6 has played a lot less. And they're solid fighters in their own right, I guess, if you care for that. My personal picks, though, is definitely Grand Blue, Fatal Fury. If I had a top 5 out of this whole list, right? Because we've got 12 here. So my top 5, or maybe top 6. So let's go for half. All right. Under Night, Grand Blue, Fatal Fury, Blaze Blue, Virtual Fighter, and I'm kind of torn between 2XKO and Vampire Savior if I had to personally choose. But Grand Blue is at the top. I keep telling people, you might watch this video, Mike. We need on your channel, right? If you can you put out the feelers for folks that are into Granblue? You get C4 in there and me, right? And then all of these experts, and we'll have a Granblue of a time, right? Because it's an amazing fighting game, and I'm a Mortal Kombat guy, right? You like comparing Mortal Kombat to Granblue is like literally night and day in terms of like everything from aesthetics, world building, stuff like that. And yet it is the superior game. To me, it is the best fighting game in the last couple of years, above everything else that you can see on this list, right? And so we go over to MK Tom Brady. Shout out. He says here, old anime games, true, make EVO but not MK. The future of MK in this is in serious doubt as Paramount and Netflix fight it out over Warner Brothers. Very sad times. He also says here, MK1 was that bad that it plunged Mortal Kombat into the dark ages. MK11 and MK1 being the most recent MK game were a death blow. Two of the worst fighting games in history. And then, of course, we get the collection, which, you know, pissed me off to no end. Like, just out of the gate, just an absolute bastardized shit show. You know, that, yes, that it has been crawling back, but it is nowhere near what I would consider decent. Unless you're fighting people in the same region, you know, it's kind of, at least on PC, the community is like fading out fast, right? And it sucks, you know, because I was so keen for that. I got so bored playing MK today, I went back to Granblue. Not that I stopped playing Granblue, but I tried playing a couple of matches. It was a fucking slow-mo fest, and I just went, no, screw this shit, man. So I just loaded back into Granblue, played some ranked. Got up to A1 now, right? Which is, I think, probably the highest I've ever achieved in a ranked fighting game of that sort of, like, leveling system. I can't remember. I think there's, like, S and then SS rank. I think there's a master rank as well. But, like, it is just an absolute ball. It's so much fun. And I'm so, like, happy and proud of the team behind Granblue for getting it, you know, not just to being an amazing fighting game, but it keeps showing up at every single fucking EVO. Every single EVO. It's going up against big names here, like Street Fighter, Tekken 8, obviously no more Mortal Kombat, you know, and of course we obviously get the newcomers with 2XKO and Invincible, but Guilty Gear is also, I would probably put Guilty Gear up as like probably like a AAA recognized fighting game. Not like it's a fun game, but I don't really know the nuance ins and outs. I've played bits and pieces, and it's fun. It looks cool. Very well done product, but I really jived with Granblue in almost every capacity known to fighting game man and woman. Granblue is the shiznits. If can we say that? I don't know if that's a bad word or not. My apologies. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm very happy about that. But I want to know from you guys. What do you think? Like, what's your take? How does this spell regarding Mortal Kombat? Because I tell you what, if I was NetherRealm, now, like, this might be a hot take, but I think that the only way a game can end up being competitive, maybe, because there's some exceptions to the rule here, but by and large, I think the game has to be successful as a gaming product, like as the fighting game product. It's got to be successful. Then it starts to spawn the competitive side. Would that be fair to say? Perhaps. In saying that, though, we got two games here. Now, I think Rivals of Aether 2 is already out, so forgive me if it's not. But the two that I do know that aren't out yet, which is Invincible Versus and 2XKO, these games, right, are not out yet. We've had some betas, right? I played in 2XKO. It's a lot of fun. So the fact that it's showing up at EVO, are they sort of like kind of predicting that it's going to, like, and I'm assuming here this is entrance, right? Like, this is this just a lineup of games that are being made available and we don't have any signups yet? Or there are signups and this is like an indicator of how incredible like the numbers are for all of these games. Because I know Granblue and Under Night, I haven't played a lot of Under Night in Birth 2. Listen, man, I really got to be putting more touch with like some of the heavies in the Granblue scene, because I'd love to learn more and more about the game. I kind of feel like maybe I'm hitting a ceiling, and I feel like I need something to kind of unlock me to go into the next level. And I'm sure some of these guys would be like that. And so that's why it's on mic. Sort it out, mate. Right? But no, I'm very... And of course, Tekken 8, whether you like it or not, Tekken 8's obviously quite a strong competitor. Street Fighter 6, naturally so, of course. Don't know much about Rivals of Aether, but I hear it's very good. I think it's a... It's like a Smash Bros, is it not? I think. And then to have old games in there, like Blaze Blue. I mean, it's an amazing fighting game. Don't get me wrong. And Vampire Savior. Vampire Savior. I mean, like, that's pretty crazy. And you know what the funny part is? This is in America. Right? This is on home fucking turf. Home turf. And there's no Mortal Kombat. No Legacy Collection version, no MK Trilogy, maybe MK4 perhaps, MK2 even. Right? None of that. And certainly no actual MK1. And if I was the NRS team, going back to that, if I was the NRS team, I'd be shitting bricks. Right? From wanting, if you have been pushing, like it seems like they have for a decade or so, pushing their games towards the competitive scene, you must be looking at this going, what the fuck do we do? How the hell did we lose ground in our own backyard to not only other fighting games, right, that are not in terms of like the AAA recognition status, like a Street Fighter or a Tekken, you know, and here I'm thinking of games like, you know, even Fatal Fury probably has more recognition clout maybe than Granblue or Under Night. Under Night and Granblue, these two fighting games are like that nerdy chick at school. You know, the nerdy chick with the big glasses, her hair's all done up, and, you know, they wear like a cardigan and the fucking, like, you know, the dinner table napkins and you know, curtains and shit they wear to school, right? And you're like, whatever. And then on prom night, she shows up and she's like a goth queen. Right? She's got, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, wow, right? That is how I feel about Granblue. It was a gigantic surprise. I did not expect it to be amazing, and I've really got to put a little bit more time into Under Night because, again, it's a beautiful game. Animations are amazing. Really, just a overall wonderful fighting game. But I haven't really put a lot of time in it. You know, to trying to figure out all the nuances and all that sort of shit. But I'm very, very proud to see Granblue there, even though I'm not a competitive guy, right? In the sense of like wanting to, you know, compete on this sort of type of thing. But I might even watch it. You know, because Granblue, like I said in the comment, like it's going from strength to strength. It is not slowing down. And that is really cool. And the fact that there's no Mortal Kombat, I think everyone involved in the creation of that franchise needs to have a good hard look at what they're doing and figure their shit out. Now, the easy money here, just to finalize, the easy money is remaster MK9. That's it. Remaster it, maybe fix some of the infinites that perhaps I believe are in there, right? Bring it up to standard, roll back, remaster it, and you will see Mortal Kombat 9 here at the next EVO, if they ever decide to release it. Right? That's probably the only way that they'll get back onto the board. By going back to save themselves moving forward. Because Mortal Kombat 9 saved Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was in the doldrums. Nobody gave a shit about MK vs. DC. The 3D era was just, it was such a fail state, personally, that they never revisited it. Right? So MK9 was kind of like them actually thinking for the first time and going, how do we recapture Mortal Kombat? I don't know if the current team has the capability to do that, right? I don't think there's the passion. I don't think there's the love. But I'm pretty sure, hopefully, maybe, you might be able to remaster the motherfucker, right? Remaster MK9, put it out, you know, accept the fact that this was the greatest modern day Mortal Kombat that you ever made, and let it out there and let people enjoy it. Roll back netcode. I'll be playing that shit every day. I was supposed to be playing the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection every day. I guess I can if I want a fucking slideshow, right? But I guarantee you they wouldn't let that slide with MK9. They'd make sure that shit was working, you know, like it was running on a NASA computer. MK9 would save MK. Again. Right? That's just a fact. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think. Catch you next time.